So if you clicked on this video, I'm gonna assume that you remember this rage bait game from like 10 years ago and probably also haven't thought about it in the past 10 years. And if you're anything like me, you're probably also going into this video wondering, yo, what is up with this clickbait ass title? So I'll address that part first. I thought of the title for this video about a year ago and just thought it was this perfect title for this slick, conceptual video about videos. A video which was inspired by my own trouble making my own video about another old weirdo game called Yume Nikki. So yeah, that's basically the whole concept of the video. You're welcome for explaining that. Now, kick back, relax, grab some drinks, grab some snacks, and allow me to tell you all about getting over it and making videos. So I've recently played through all of Getting Over It, I beat the game, and I'm pretty sure it resonated more with me than it did with most. I think that to most, this game is probably just thought of as a library filler. A rage game which Bennett fucking Fodley made to piss you off and to laugh his ass off while he's designing these bullshit levels. And this idea of the game is probably closer to the truth than what I came out the game with, which was unironically thinking that the game is an allegory for self-persistence, mental fortitude, and self-belief and all that kind of stuff. And I don't want to discredit that reading of the game because it is genuinely what I think of it, but I can totally understand the other side of the coin, which says that you guys are fucking idiots. You guys are reading way too deep into this terrible game. And honestly, I think both are true. It is an assholically designed game, but I think that within there is a little kernel of wisdom that you can take out if you're willing. So now I'm going to take some time to talk about Getting Over It as a game and the real-time experience of actually playing the game. So obviously Getting Over It is a game about climbing this pile of trash. But what really defines the game is falling from that pile of trash. Whenever you fall far enough, Bennett Foddy will always, without fail, come in and mock you or say some random quote or play some depressing song. Or maybe he'll just simply point out the obvious.
Oh, you just lost a lot of progress.
Especially when you're new at the game, this is really fucking annoying, and it gets under your skin. Because not only do you have to now regain all the progress that you lost with this fucking horrible to control hammer, but you also have to listen to Bennett Foddy come in and say some dumb shit like,
oh, you just lost a lot of progress.
But eventually you improve at getting over it, and Bennett's voice quips just kind of fade into the background as you continue to climb, fall, retrace your steps, and repeat, slowly getting better at controlling the fucking stupid hammer in this game. And honestly, for me, I didn't even really mind the voice lines that much when I first started. I thought it was kind of funny, you would try to hear what kind of wacky thing he's gonna say next, but either way, love him or hate him, Bennett Foddy's quotes blend into the background very quickly as the game goes from a rage bait gimmick to an internal battle between you and yourself to see how much of this stupid fucking hammer and this dumb fucking cauldron you can take before you have to put the mouse down and just be like, and leave the game where it's at for the day. Now this is a good time to shift focus to the other half of this video, videos. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about what went into making my previous video about Yume Nikki. The video itself and its content don't even come close to scratching the surface of sharing the story of its year-long production. And when I share that fact with people who probably can't really understand how that video could have possibly taken 365 days to produce, there is part of me that's a little embarrassed, I'm gonna be honest. And yeah, obviously I'll be the first to say that yes, that video took way too long to put out, and I could have had it out in a month and had an entire year of experience running this channel under my belt by now. But hindsight, coulda, woulda, shoulda commentary like that is really about as useful as,
Oh, you just lost a lot of progress.
The lesson I learned from both getting over it and making videos is really this, that these endeavors really are, as corny as it sounds, about the journey and not the destination. Because while the destination is the destination, the journey is what teaches you things and changes your character and prepares you to handle the destination that you want so desperately to arrive at. I started that video with a strong idea. I wrote a script, I had downloaded a bunch of assets and started editing, and halfway through the editing process, I show this video to person A to get his thoughts, and guys, this was the worst mistake of my entire YouTube career. His critiques, unbeknownst to me before showing him, would cause me to have to reevaluate the entire script, the entire video, the focus of it, everything, and send me back to square one.
Oh, you just lost a lot of progress.
I started back over from square one, got half of the video done, and did the same fucking thing again.
Oh, you just...
At this point, I was ready to give up and throw in the towel, and I stopped working on or even thinking about the video for probably a few months. It was after having a good amount of time between myself and the video that the fact really set in that I have a finished script and I have half a video and multiple finished segments sitting here and waiting for me to put them all together. So I got back up, I dusted myself off, and I said fuck quitting. And I started right back from where I left off from those first two scrap drafts of the video. And with the time and effort that I put into that first half of the video, I finished out the other half and finally, after all of this time, executed the vision I had 1 year ago. And so that whole time, getting over it and the concept of this video had been floating around in the back of my mind. And now that I've finished that Yume Nikki video, I figured there's no better time than now to talk about the process of making it. Although the two do have a symbolically cool relationship, making videos isn't necessarily directly connected to getting over it as a video game. Rather, making videos requires you to actually get over yourself. To really throw yourself at YouTube and making videos or any kind of internet shit, you gotta get over a lot of fears. Gotta get over fear of failure, over wasting your time, over not being perfect, over getting backlash, trying to monetize, to have to say in public that you do content or you're a YouTuber. You gotta get over showing your face online. All of these things need to be shed in order to represent yourself authentically on YouTube, which is the only way you should be doing it. I'm sure many of you remember this, but I grew up in an era of YouTube where there were no YouTubers, when every single video on the site was posted in a state of play or having fun and was just fucking around. This era that I'm talking about is maybe 2007 to 2010. I used to watch these Mario plushie videos for hours, and these videos were basically just watching other kids play with toys that I wish that I had. These kids would create storylines, and then you would get invested in all the characters that were embodied by each video game plush toy character, and without even knowing it, it really inspired me and opened my eyes to what can be done through this unique medium called YouTube. So yeah, I'm getting over all that dumb stuff to bring you this video, and I'm not quite sure how to wrap this up. So how about, as this video comes to a close, I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried that my points may have been scattered and they might not flow perfectly. I'm worried that I didn't do justice to this video's concept, and I'm a little worried that I left a lot of potential untapped in this video in my pursuit of actually creating it versus achieving the perfection of the idea in my head for it. And honestly, I could keep going, but by virtue of you watching this video, reaching the point where I speak these exact lines, that's proof enough that I got over all of that worry, all of that doubt, all of that fear, and I made a great video because of it. I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.